My pregnant sister announced her baby's name at Christmas dinner, and I made sure it was the last time she ever said that name out loud. 8 years ago, my best friend Ivy died in a car accident, and I have been the family monster ever since. I was 17 years old. Harper was 19. Every holiday since then, I have walked into rooms where people stopped talking the moment they saw me. I have sat through dinners where relatives made toasts to everyone except me, and listened to my parents tell stories about our childhood that carefully erased any mention of my name. I have kept my mouth shut through all of it because I thought that was what I was supposed to do. The Christmas gathering had been exactly what I expected. My mother hugged Harper for 30 seconds and gave me a brief nod without making eye contact. My father asked Harper about her promotion and her new house and her husband's latest golf trip, and then he turned to me and said, "Still doing that receptionist thing?" before walking away without waiting for an answer. When we sat down for dinner, Harper was positioned right next to our grandmother in one of the nice chairs, while I got squeezed into a folding chair from the basement at the corner of the table. Then Harper stood up with an ultrasound in her hand and clinked her glass like she was about to give the most important speech of her life. "I have an announcement," she said, practically glowing. "I'm having a baby girl." Everyone cheered while I smiled and waited for this moment to be over. "And I've decided to name her Ivy." The room went quiet because everyone knew that name. "I know that carries a lot of weight in this family," Harper continued, and her voice started to shake. "But I want my daughter to know that healing is possible, that grace is stronger than tragedy." She looked directly at me. "I was there that night. I saw what happened. I've had to live with those memories for 8 years, and it almost broke me." She walked around the table toward me and I couldn't move, but I'm not going to let it break me anymore. She grabbed both of my hands and squeezed them while tears streamed down her face. "I forgive you," she whispered loud enough for everyone to hear. My entire family started crying and someone actually started clapping, and something inside me that had been holding on for 8 years finally let go. I pulled my hands away from her so hard that she stumbled backward into the table and knocked over 2 glasses of wine. "You don't get to forgive me," I said. "You're not the victim in this story." Harper's face went hard. "Are you serious right now? I'm trying to do something nice for you, and you're making a scene at my baby announcement?" My mother stood up. "Let's all just take a breath and calm down," but I was done being calm. "You weren't in the passenger seat that night, Harper." My father slammed his hand on the table. "That's enough. We're not doing this here." Harper let out a sharp laugh. "Oh my God, she's actually lost her mind. Do you hear what she's saying right now?" She looked around at the relatives like she couldn't believe what she was witnessing. "This is why I didn't even want to invite her." I took a step toward her. "You were behind the wheel that night." Harper laughed again, but it came out wrong. "Too high, too sharp." "You need help," she said at me. "You've needed help for years, and we've all just been too polite to say it. You killed your best friend, and you've never been able to live with it, so now you're trying to drag me down with you." My mother grabbed my arm. "Honey, please, let's go outside and talk." I pulled away from her. "And you weren't sober." The room went so quiet I could hear the Christmas music still playing softly from the living room. Harper was shaking now, but she wasn't backing down. "Dad, are you going to let her stand here and lie about me at Christmas while I'm pregnant?" She put her hand on her stomach like a shield. "This is exactly the kind of thing that makes everyone walk on eggshells around you. You're toxic. You've always been toxic. Honestly, I don't even know why you keep showing up when everyone wishes you would just stay home." I rolled up my left sleeve and showed them the scar that runs from my elbow almost to my wrist, the one they have all seen at every family gathering without ever asking about it. "You want to tell everyone how I really got this scar, Harper? Or should I?" The color drained from her face completely. She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. "This is from your bottle," I said. "The one that shattered against my arm when you lost control and hit that tree because you had been drinking at that party. A sober teenager in a tragic accident is just a tragedy, but a drunk teenager who kills her passenger is a felony." My grandmother put her hand over her heart and whispered, "Oh my God," but I kept going. "You were so scared that you begged me to say I was driving. I was 17 and bleeding and in shock, and my best friend was gone in the seat behind me. And you looked me in the eyes and asked me to take the blame so you wouldn't go to prison." Harper was sobbing so hard she could barely stand. I picked up my coat and looked at her one last time. "You know what? Naming your baby Ivy is actually perfect. You're going to have plenty of time to think about what you did to her."